Your product, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Your product, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show. I'm your certified host, Big Lux. You know what it is. Got the Indian in the house.
Yeah, Chumahan, motherfucker.
And old Blue Eyes in the house.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what it is. Listen, we got a guest up in here. Man, the incredible, reoccurring family member of the Hard Luck Show, coming from the west side.
Right.
Big OG Lep in the house.
The abominable snowman.
What up, G?
What's
Good
up?
morning. I mean, good evening. I mean, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
It's morning time, G.
Morning. Oh, it's morning. Yeah.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Roll call.
Buenos dias, raza.
Man, I'm glad I ain't doing that no more.
And we got Estevan sitting in on the show.
Oh,
Where the
yeah.
fuck did he go?
Yeah, you gotta look out, fool.
Last time
Where's the motherfucking Hard Luck Familia way?
I got a text from this motherfucker. He's like, stay out the way.
Stay out the way.
And don't come nowhere around here. I'm on the west side. I'm like, where at? I didn't get nothing came back. He's like, you gotta make this motherfucker a believer. Now you believe? Huh?
Believe what?
Me?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
I hope so.
Yeah, man, just for
Motherfucker, you better be.
Yeah, because you haven't been good for a long time. So now you're good
yeah,
now.
hell yeah.
For a
Big
long
Lep,
time.
whoop, whoop.
Yeah, for a long time. You
Right,
had us
so-
all worried.
Yeah.
So I woke up this morning, and I usually do an IG without a broadcast, you know, and I talk and I say something positive, but you gentlemen might still be in the sheets,
Right.
with your thumbs up your butt farting, so that's cool, right? Right?
Thank you.
Right?
Wait, who doesn't
No, check
fart
it
with
out.
their
So let
thumb
me
in
finish.
their ass?
I'm gonna get done. Let's check this out.
All right, please.
Yeah.
So what ends up
Weird.
happening?
Like, who doesn't
Go
put their
ahead.
thumb in there? So
Yeah.
And then smell the
I
thumbnail later.
turn my phone off. I don't got that
Okay.
problem today. Right. Right. I got that phone off. But anyway,
No, you don't,
thank
partner.
you very much. Thank you.
You got
very-
that phone on, partner.
You know, is it?
Yeah.
Let me check.
The phone stays on.
That fucking phone is off, bro.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'll get to the point. So if this is gonna be like one of them roasts you do them niggas up there on the stage, it ain't gonna go down with me. You know what I'm saying?
Is that right?
Yeah, not today.
Okay,
Not
what-
this morning.
Not this morning?
Not at all. No. I woke up this morning in the
Yeah.
right frame of mind.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna thank God. I'm gonna thank me. Thank me, myself, and I. And my support system. So I got up, I do my normal thing. I get up, I say a meditation, I do 5 breathing exercises. You know, I do 5 and then I do another 5, and then I add 3 to that.
13.
And there we go. And I do it the right way. Have you ever watched like when a baby's born and he's an infant? You've probably seen your daughter, Chumahan.
Say what?
They lay on their side and you watch how a baby breathes. And a lot of people don't have the breathing down. Since the last about a few weeks, I've been taking these breathing classes where the guy comes in and he shows us how to breathe. And then what he does is he does like a thing where it's like vibrations.
Yeah.
And we do like, it's like, you know, I've been involving myself with that. I've been doing a little bit of yoga and just keeping myself together. So I woke up this morning and they got the TV where I'm at. It's on like a Fire Stick, and I never learned to operate that. I didn't know nothing about it, and it's like it's off of a computer, and they call it a smart TV. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that shit ain't new. That shit's been out for like for years." So I've never, so I learned how to work the Fire Stick and the TV off of.
It's an American Indian thing. Fire stick.
It's from the American. I bet the Indians invented that shit.
A fire stick, yeah.
Right,
it's
right,
part
right.
of the sweat.
Is it?
I got
No.
the fire stick.
Yeah.
I know if I can hit once,
Yeah.
I can hit twice.
Man, you could hit as much as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you could hit today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going for psychotherapy for my erection problems, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's working now.
Wait. The psychotherapy's working or your erection's
No,
working?
the psychotherapy.
We were asking with Estevan. We were talking earlier.
You like that?
We want to know what we want to know.
I didn't get finished what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Before I was gladly, nicely cut off.
Okay, go
No, I
ahead.
get up and I do my breathing, man. I go to YouTube and I try to put some music on for the people. I notice that like numbers, like you're talking about the social media with Estevan, and it's like social media. What that does is it's like it's running the game right now, So I'm a firm believer that I don't base my life on social media no more. I mean, I get up there and I put a few things, some positivity, and then. But what I'm getting at is, I went this morning to do it because I don't never broadcast it. I just go on, right, and I talk positive in a lot of areas that a lot of people. I notice a lot of people. They're like, when you get on social media, they're not repping positivity. They're repping like a lot of negative shit. So I try to be positive, and I see, and I really don't look at the bar, but I notice it's just moving. So I know I don't check who's on there. It moves, and they DM me for a topic. So if somebody DMs me, they go, hey, do one on honesty, do one on death, do one on whatever. So I basically go off the topic, but I'm not getting on there letting people know when I go on there and when I don't. So
That's your phone, right?
Yeah, turn it on. Whack, whack, whack.
I like it. I like that.
Right.
That's what's going on.
Well,
right
I got a
now.
life today, man. I didn't have a life 8 months ago, but I got one today.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm right here. So you just got to chill, bro, and I'll see you in the morning. All right? I
Yeah.
love you. You want to pray? You ain't got time for prayer? Hung up on my ass. How was that?
Man.
Okay.
So, Lep,
Fuck.
this is what's going on today. But I know that
I'll
big
turn it off,
question.
G.
Okay, a big question that people have and that we're getting hit up on is what happened with Lep.
Well,
A lot
you know
of
what?
people.
I'll explain. So I went to the YouTube, right? And I was going to do the meditation for the people and all that. And I went like, God, like, I don't want to be like, I ain't going to get religious or nothing, but what's ever above me, man, that's leading me today, I respect that, because it's not me. I believe that it's something that I'm basing my program that I put in front of everything that I'm doing now. Because just for the listener, I know the listeners, they want to know, like, where's this dude been? Last time we
Right.
saw him, he was in front of the methadone clinic, and he was skinny, and we heard he was homeless. We heard he might have OD'd.
No, because
And a lot of
wait,
negative,
wait.
and a lot of like you're saying, talking about how like a lot of negative stuff's on Instagram.
Look, you know what? I base my fucking life on negativity, or I wouldn't be sitting in this chair.
Right. So people want to know what happened. So yeah, tell us.
All right, well, I'm going to explain. So this morning, I got the YouTube going, right? I tried to get the YouTube going, but sometimes things will happen. Like I punched the fucking YouTube, and I hit the button on Chumahan's Fire Stick. Them fucking Indians, they got that shit in the air and shit.
Yeah.
So basically, I pushed the YouTube, and one of my favorite movies fucking just went on. I don't know where it came from. I didn't see it on the TV. Like, why would this movie come on?
And it was Mr. Mom?
It was fucking stand-up guys with Christopher Walken and Al Pacino. And I was like, fuck, when's the last time I watched this?
Because
I'm not done.
Oh no, I know you're not done.
Fuck, bro.
I know you're not done.
Shit.
You said the same thing for like 30 minutes. I know you're not done.
I said that. No, you sound like my fucking baby's mama drama. Look, I didn't say the same thing for 30 minutes. I said it for the last few minutes, and we keep getting on. So I pushed the
YouTube.
The movie YouTube didn't go on.
Right.
The movie came straight on.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Stand-up guys.
Stand-up
Right,
guys, Christopher Walken.
Yeah, 4:15 to 5 in the 4:30 in the morning. It's dark. There's nobody out. And I'm trying to go on the Instagram
Right.
and do a positive message.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm going to watch this. Fuck the message. Like, this is going to be
Right.
my meditation. Fuck, like I can go on any time and do this. So I put this movie on and I watch it, man. And let me explain, because you haven't watched the movie. So I let the movie run. I let the fucking movie run, man.
Yeah.
It was real cool. I watched it, and I was noticing that this dude Paroles and this other dude, like, if you're out there, you're listening, put that movie on, man. And you know what? I could relate to a lot that was done in that movie, because what he's doing is he gets out. Do you remember the movie, Luck?
No.
Well, you rewatch that shit. It's good. So what happens is Al Pacino gets out of a federal prison, that he goes down for one of the mobsters, and you find out later that he went down because, so he puts a hit out. So his boy, Christopher Walken, he's a changed man. He's got the clean diet going. He's got everything going. And I'm watching this like, fuck. So I'm, like, these two dudes are my alter ego. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I'm watching.
Wait a minute, I don't understand that.
Let me back up.
Alter ego. What do you mean by that? Why is this about you?
No, it ain't about me
You
because
just said
I look
it was.
at well.
You're watching a movie and you go.
Because
these two. You're watching a movie.
Can I finish?
No. You can't. You're watching a movie.
You're getting combative.
Yeah, I am because
Yeah.
I can't.
Go ahead,
I can
bro.
only so much I
All
can
right, go
take,
ahead.
motherfucker.
All right, go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
All right, come on.
So you're watching a movie about two guys and you go, you know what? This is two sides of me.
No, because let me tell you what I base it on. I base it on this. You got one gentleman that's doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right, getting out of the pen, right? And then you got another gentleman that has to take this dude out. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay.
Now, since you've never been in that position.
How do you know? How do you know? Why do you know so much about me, Big Lep?
I don't know. Well, have you?
Of course I have.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
So go ahead. All right.
You, listen.
Go ahead.
You were doing real good with the green juice.
Right.
You were riding high, bro.
Yeah.
You were like the sober sergeant.
No, I wasn't the sober sergeant.
You were at one point.
I'm a fucking addict, bro.
No, we all know that.
Right.
Okay. But that's not what you were saying back then.
No, but I'm explaining this movie to you, so I watched it.
I know.
Right.
I know you want to talk about the movie.
We're done with the movie.
Yeah. We know
We're
you don't want
we're
to
gonna
talk
go
about
watch
the
a movie.
truth.
Stand-up guy with Al Pacino.
Right.
Okay.
Christopher Walken.
Got it.
Watch that movie.
Make sure
Great.
you watch it, man.
Okay.
Turner Classics.
All right, and Chumahan doesn't can't. You see, you know, like it's good, bro. Like you,
Turner
it ain't on
Classic.
Turner Classic. Fuck.
Okay. But I want to, and not that I want to regurgitate the past.
Yeah.
But you came on, you know, it was clear that you weren't all the ways okay when you came on the last time. You were having some struggles. Now you're back. You're putting some time together. You're in a different place. And I think that there's an opportunity, like for us to do this show and not address or let you have a platform to speak about what happened.
Right.
What went on. Like for
I'm
us
gonna
to
get
skip over that.
I mean, your show goes on for like 2 hours, man. You know, like they're definitely going to hear that.
If you listen to our shows, they don't go on for 2 hours.
Oh, no.
They haven't gone on for 2 hours for a long time.
Oh, okay, all right,
But
all right.
we just want to, I want to know, man. And we get lots of calls on it. And they're like, a lot of people were concerned, Lep.
Right.
And they're like,
that's
what
why
happened?
I'm
You're
here.
a big part of the show.
But
You've been a
that's
big
why
part of
I'm
the
here.
show.
I'm here because of the fact that I know I get a lot of DMs like, when are you going back? When are you going back over there? When are you going back to there? Just like Pastor Phil, he hit me up on the text. He's like, when are you ready to work? So I called him and I go, look, man, I'm still like doing my treatment, man. I'm not gonna, no matter how much. He goes, well, there's some money involved, and like money don't move me today as far as like, because I'm gonna finish what I'm doing. You know, it's like they could come. So I said, well, what do you got? He goes, well, my son needs you to oversee a house, and I'm like, yeah, I know that, but like I'm down with that. But like I can't have to be done with. I got to do my treatment, and I need to call him back and let him know that because I went over there. I went yesterday to go see him. I went to the barbershop. I brought my 6 homeboys' kids up in there. You know, I brought my homeboy Tig. He brought his kids, and I took his kids so the dude could get some business. And the dude's getting good cutting hair because he cut all our hair like in 20, 30 minutes. But
do you think, Big Lep, do you think all
Uh-huh.
hold on, let me ask you.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you think all these people that pretend to care about you are really just using you?
What kind of question is that?
Well, because I'm just asking.
That's a real question.
That's a real question. Do you
using
think
me for what?
I don't know. Like,
Dude came all the way from El Monte.
No, let me
in
finish
his
my
car,
question.
spent his gas with his kids
Let me
to
just
pick
ask.
me up, to take me to get a haircut. That's not using me. I count my friends today on one hand.
No. I'm not talking about your friends. All right, I'm not talking
Right.
about your real friends. I'm just saying, do you feel like, for instance,
Who's using me, Chumahan?
no, I'm asking you. Does somebody
I
say,
got down here on my own, bro.
listen,
What's cracking?
relax.
I went through the jungle. I went and saw
Release
Skinhead
your
Rock.
hand,
I ain't been in L.A. in a
undo the
while,
fist.
man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking you this
Hey,
because
man, I love it.
people want you to run their sober living because
No, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that today.
right.
Seriously, I'm not. That's not my. And I'm not ready to that. And I learned like when like people like they look for a relationship, they look for a woman. They're like, oh, I'm looking. I'm lonely. I want to get in a relationship. And I give them advice. I tell them, you know what? When you stop looking, then you'll find the person who needs to be with you.
You're giving advice on the relationship stuff?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
No,
Because
I didn't say-
why, Big Lex? Do you think that perhaps he might not be in the best
No,
position
because
to give that advice?
because I think that there's some people, including myself, that maybe shouldn't be giving no relationship advice. I was asking him.
No,
if
I'm
he's giving
saying-
relationship advice.
No,
now,
I'm saying,
I want
well,
to know.
there's people that call me up and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm lonely. I feel it's a time for me to venture that way. And I go, no, it's not time for you to do none of that. Your life isn't together.
Was that what
you're-
happened for you, Big Lep? Was there a woman involved that caused this problem for you?
No, sir, it wasn't. No, not at all.
Okay.
So what did cause the problem was lack of control.
What does that mean?
I had no, but the relapse starts with our thinking. Right, the relapse will start with your thinking,
Of course.
and then it tells us, and then what happens is we start thinking before the initial use.
Yes.
So
Right.
on New Year's Eve, right,
Yeah.
I took a drink,
What did you drink?
tequila.
And what
I was
know-
working at a club in Fullerton.
Not after your birthday.
No, I was working at a club in Fullerton.
Okay.
Wait, but you didn't take a drink or a relapse the day after your birthday.
Listen, I'm
We've
coming-
got the dates wrong.
No, you got the dates wrong. I ran for eight months, and I got on methadone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. But people were already accusing me of being loaded around my birthday. So that was one, I'm not saying I didn't come up here to drop fucking names or give shout outs.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm up here sharing why I'm here sitting today.
Yeah.
And you guys keep jumping into the past.
Well,
Daddy
that's what I'm
Trail said
saying.
you got 1 foot in tomorrow, 1 foot in.
But it's not
us.
us. We're in the past for a reason. We're on a
Right, well,
podcast.
I'm gonna.
and people, we're not going to overskip this big old gap.
I'm gonna
and
tell you
I'm
what
allowing
happened.
you to
I'm-
speak.
I'm-
We're not
I'm-
putting it on you.
But it's
telling
like-
people what happened.
It's like
We're
you
letting
jabbing, man. I'm gonna get to that point. I mean,
I'm not jamming though, and I understand that
Right.
it doesn't feel good.
I don't give
and
a
we
fuck.
don't.
It just feels good to me. I'm built for this shit.
Well, then what's the problem?
The
then?
problem is I started my relapse, right?
Wait, Lep.
I'm not putting no dates on it.
One day you told me it was, you know when it all happened, and I go, when? You go, the day after my birthday.
No.
That's what you told me.
Is that right?
Yeah, August 6th.
Man, that fucking stroke fucked me up. On the 6th, I don't remember. I was in. Listen, I started my relapse.
That's why, because he goes, do you know when?
Man, look,
Lep
look,
relapsed?" I go,
look.
what he told me
Nobody
was the
really
6th.
knows.
Look. It doesn't matter. I'm
No, it
here
don't.
now, and I got. I'm today. I have 60 days, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of myself, and I'm not broadcasting
I'm
that
proud
shit.
of you too.
I've got
I am
60
too.
days. So what happened was.
I love to see you like
Let
this.
me show you something, man. I'm gonna explain something to you.
Go
So
ahead.
what happens is, this was the hardest run in my life.
Yes.
This right here was the hardest one.
What made it so hard?
It was because I didn't think I was gonna make it back, and I did a lot of shit to not want to. I don't want to say I was on a suicide mission or what I was doing, but basically I partake in a lot of like illegal activities and like there's a lot of shit that happened to me that I didn't share with anybody. So that's why I'm coming up here, like in a redemption sense. What I mean by a redemption sense.
Are you sober right now, Lepke? Are you sober right now?
Yeah, I got money and we could go buy a cup.
I'm not asking about a cup. I'm asking
Are
if
you
you're
sober?
right now. Yes, I am.
Good. Congratulations.
I was just asking if you're sober. That's
yeah,
it.
bro. I'm fucking. I can't. They test me 3 times a week,
Okay.
and I blow when I get home every night. I got a blow
Okay.
for your boy over there, Big Mike.
Okay.
Shout out to Big Mike. I got you, bro. Don't trip.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a leader, man. I'm not a follower today. Just so you know.
So go ahead. This
Yeah.
was the hardest one.
So yeah. What
happened?
ends up happening is we I want to use I statements. I don't want to use because I already
There you
got
go.
one guy talking about, well, are you a connoisseur on people in a relationship? I might be. I've been in a lot of relationships in my life, Whether I relapse over them or not, that's my business,
Right.
Right? Because I'm like a train. I just add cars on when I do my relapses. If you guys follow, this man follows me. If I'm like a car, man, a train. When I'm in my relapse mode, I start off as just, the front of the train. And as I'm rolling, I might not have no dope in me, but as whatever's going on in society, COVID, that hit, they shut the school. So that's when I basically felt that the relapse, whether I put dope in me or not, I need to elaborate on that because I did it. I could be in a relapse in my mind right now. Talking to you guys like, oh, you know what? Oh, why is everybody picking on me? I don't give a fuck, man. You could come at me with anything today, man. I ain't got
You
no.
feel like everybody's picking on you
No,
right now?
I mean, no,
Why are
I-
you saying that then?
Well, I'm just saying, like, fuck, bro. Like,
I'm just trying to keep this shit real.
Yeah,
People
okay.
want to know what happened.
Okay, well, what happened was New Year's Eve, right? I took a drink, and within a week, I was fucking shooting heroin. You know what I'm saying?
And you felt like this was the hardest run because you felt like you weren't
Well, I
going
went
to
and
make it
got
back.
on. Okay, so then I say around July, I was the heroin. I lost my veins like in a week. The heroin was all fucked up. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because I got the heroin. I put it in the cooker and it was burning like purple. And I told homeboy, why does it burn like this? He goes, that's fentanyl.
Oh shit!
So I'm like, but
fentanyl. So was there fentanyl in the heroin?
But why aren't we dying? He goes, they don't put enough in there to die. Now, if you go smoke the fentanyl like my boy Taco, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? You do it like that, then you might die. But I wasn't trying to
the
like.
fentanyl suppresses,
I'm gonna get to the point. Yeah, let me get to the point.
Your breathing. It
Right.
will turn off.
Okay,
it will turn off the part of your.
Well, I went for a lot of months Chumahan and I didn't fuck with it.
Listen.
Right.
Dude, I'm
Come
not
on.
saying
Are
this
you
to
a fucking fentanyl expert?
I'm getting
No, you're
there.
not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Actually,
No, you're
listen.
not. No, not today.
Why do you know that?
All
How
right,
do
let
you
me hear
know that?
about
Are you a
fentanyl.
connoisseur?
Yes, I am.
A people?
Yeah, I fucking lived
So
through
if you're a connoisseur, I'm a connoisseur. Why do you think you're the only one that's a connoisseur?
I lived through the fucking fentanyl, man. When the mother,
You know what? There's a lot of people that got shot by a gun that don't know about guns.
Exactly, but I'm gonna tell you
All
like
right?
this.
So a lot of people got shot by guns that don't know about guns.
Back to this last relapse.
All right.
Back to this fucking last relapse, bro. I relapsed, man, because I wanted to fucking get high. It didn't have nothing to do with a woman. It didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I couldn't. I was locked down in the pad. I'm like, fuck. There was a lot of things that led. I kept adding cars, man. I kept adding cars. Whether or not I got in a relationship or not, maybe that maybe boosted it, or I don't know if it did.
But it wasn't just that.
Do you think COVID added to not having a community and a place to go and regular meetings and stuff like that during the lockdown?
Do the research, Chumahan. How many people got fucked up over that COVID and committed suicide and did all this? Like, I'm a research motherfucker. As soon as I pull my shit out, it's like, we ain't going on that. We're freestyling. I got shit written down, man, that I could read off, right? And you'll know where I'm coming from. So
Yeah,
we go in. So for me, I go into a relapse, and you get into primal. You get to primal instincts. You know what that means?
Yeah, I do.
You know about that. So when you get in a primal instinct before you get high, you're already in a mode like you're in the hood, right? And
Yeah.
before I got here, the dude was like, "Hey, I never seen the jungle, man. Where's that?" I go, "It's right up the way, man. Go, let's go through it." And he's on his phone. I go, "Dude," because I'm in the back seat. I'm like, "Don't be on your phone, man. Like, get off the phone because when we pass this street, which was Santa Barbara, which used to be, they got it Obama now. I ain't been around here a lot. A lot of shit's changed.
Yeah.
Right, we're living in a cold time, man. Like you got like a lot of shit. If you're in the media, which I don't like to be, but it's right there in front of me. I've seen a lot of crazy shit since in the last week, 2 weeks. It's a lot of crazy shit in the media, man. People are uptight right now. The shit is fucked up. I'm a sociology major. You know, and I study things. I study, you know, I just watched again for a second time the Forrest Whitaker narrative of the ongoing story of the Crips and the Bloods. I had to watch that over again, and there's a message in a lot of the shit that I watch, man, and what I'm writing, and I got the thing going, and I'm putting a different, like, people are like, when's that memoir coming out? I'm not even doing the fucking memoir. I'm on that memoir, but I already started another project to upgrade my memoir because I came up with a new idea, and I'm doing this, and I'm trying to get right now, I'm getting, what do they call that? When you, the legal Zoom does it, when you have to get something copyrighted because you don't want nobody to fuck with it. I mean, the Shapiro is his company.
Yeah, LegalZoom.
Yeah, LegalZoom. I'm doing the LegalZoom on that. I'm getting a copyright put on it. I'm going to put another thing first, and I'm going to mention that I got the memoir coming, right? So basically, I stack myself with 2 projects right now as far as my writing. And
Do you do psychotherapy?
Right now, I'm doing, they have me doing, this is the first time I ever got diagnosed with the PTSD shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they diagnosed me with that because it was a question, like, because somebody asked me, they go like I talked, you know, like, well, you don't know if you have PTSD unless a therapist diagnosed you with it. So I got with this therapist recently, and she said, she's like, I hit her up. I'm like, hey, do you think I might have some PTSD? She goes, there might be a slight possibility you have it. And I'm like, really? Like, how can you tell? She goes, well, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So she asked me like 5 questions, and she wrote down that you know, I probably have it. So based on, like, I'm not saying like you base something on a health issue. Like, I have other health issues. So what happened was, the reason why I say this is one of my worst relapses was because my mother always used to tell me, the older you get, the harder the run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, so basically I'm setting different goals for myself, and I'm doing a little bit of the, I'm doing shit that I didn't do last time. Like the iron pile at Gold's Gym ain't gonna keep me clean and sober today.
That's true.
You understand? My diet's gonna keep me alive today.
Yep.
So I'm doing what my boy over here, Estevan's doing. It's not that hard to eat a vegan diet or a plant-based diet. I'm doing that today. I've been doing it for almost 2 weeks, and I haven't came off of it. No butter, no eggs, no milk, no nothing. It's real easy.
What about that peanut butter at night?
I gotta have a little bit of peanut butter. I ain't gonna lie. I do some peanut butter, no bread. That's like hard to not eat bread. I mean, like it's all in the mind. Like I kicked 120 milligram methadone habit, Lucky. If you research that,
Yes.
even at the clinic, the counselors were telling me you'll die if you stop. At your age, there's nobody we know. It's not even on record for anybody to kick this methadone at your age. And I was like, it wasn't getting me high.
Yeah,
So I was.
Chops did it, and he was having some serious problems.
Yeah, it was bad, man. And it's like, it was like my relapses was like a train that caught up to me. So what ended up happening was, like, somebody intervened. It had nothing to do with it. Somebody was driving by the methadone clinic, and they told another guy, an individual that I actually helped when I had 3 years, me by helping him was being something that was taken away from me during COVID was going in and speaking. I would speak at a lot of meetings. I wouldn't turn nothing down. When someone asked me to speak, I was there. So that was part of my recovery. So when the meeting shut down, some of my recovery shut down. So the gym shut down. Some of my meeting, that was like my sanctuary was the gym.
Right.
Being health conscious today is big for me. Like I'm really like I'm doing it for me though. I'm not doing it to prove a point to anybody. I'm doing it because I feel that to do this right now with my heart and everything. I never thought I would see a cardiologist. And I saw one yesterday. And she was like real cool. She's like, look, you know what? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. You know what? Are you smoking cigarettes? And I'm like, well, I don't want to mention that because because I, out of being stressful, like I started picking the cigarettes back up. And I go, yeah, should I stop? Like trying to get somebody's approval to not do it when I know I shouldn't be doing it is two different things that I'm living by. So I'm like, should I stop? She goes, look, do you vape? I go, no, I don't vape, not at all. And she goes, yeah, I'd rather you smoke than not vape. And I'm like, well, like you're a doctor, you're telling me like I could smoke? And she's like, no, I'm not telling you. Are you eating red meat? And I go, so I know. I'm like, no, I haven't ate red meat like in 2, maybe longer, But what I'm getting at is the fact that I'm older now and I got off that relapse, and so the dude, so I'm like, how do I know this guy? Because he's like, well, this is what happened. This dude was driving by the methadone clinic and he told us that there's a guy that looks like Lepke in front of the methadone clinic, but it can't be Lepke because he's too skinny. And then homeboy told him, that's Lepke out there. He goes, man, what can I do to help him? He's like, how do you know him? He goes, well, I heard him speak when he had 3 years, man. I was just out of Corcoran from doing 16 years. And his story touched me. And he said something in his story that made me want to do the right thing. Now this dude has he has a lot of houses. He has some, he has some medical detoxes, which I didn't go through a medical detox today. So I was saying August 1st, I used that date because my birthday was the 5th, so I decided on August 1st whether they came in, like homeboy was like, hey, we're setting shit up for you so you could go into a medical detox like they did Porky. They got Porky first, right? They went and got Porky. Yeah. So homeboy came and told me, look, Porky's in there. And I was fucking with Porky out there. I was trying to get my ounce of meth from him when I wrecked the Mustang. That's the reason why I was driving. Not erratically, but the fucking car, because it's like there's so much to the story, man. So when I was turning, I was trying to avoid a dude coming down the street at 80 miles an hour. I didn't want the fucking car to conk out because the car wasn't running good. So I've hit the gas, and I fucking hit a medium. The airbag went out. Like the airbag just went poof, and it didn't really push or nothing. I was like, oh, that's great. That wouldn't have saved me. And then I've tried to dodge everything. I went in a whole circle to pop like the right tire in the car. Yeah. And I'm driving down. I'm on State College in Romney. by the Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I hit Romney with a flat, and I'm like, fuck, now I got to ditch the car. I'm going to just leave the car here. I'm going to get my clothes out of the back. So I call Bizarro. Don't start getting crazy. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm on Romney. Hey, like, where you at? I'm at Walmart. I'm like, come and get me, bro. I'm like, the Mustang's fucked up. So he's there like in 5 minutes, and he goes, man, you fucked up. You're just going to leave it in the middle of the street? I'm like, fuck that car. Let's go. So, yeah. So I'm like, I got my clothes on. I get in the car. I'm like, man. He goes, dude, Bizarro was tripping. Like, what the fuck? You just leave it? I'm like, man, just let's go. And he, where are we going? I go, we're going up here. I got to pick up the bag. Oh my! Bizarro, like, I apologize.
Bizarro just wanted to fucking hit a fucking dope.
No. Bizarro wasn't smoking. Schmitty was. So let me tell you. So what ended up happening was he dropped me where Porky was. And Porky still had the dope. I was trying to get the dope out of Porky's hand before he smoked it up in that motherfucker. So anyway. So he had all the dope, and I grabbed it. No, I kind of like, I gave him half. I'm like, try to sell this. He probably gave me $30, off of fucking like $130 worth of. I'm like, this. The point I'm making is, so like, when are you actually really tired of all this bullshit, right? So finally, I was like, it was hard, man. It was hard for me to come back with the humility and all this, so like sometimes, like, I don't want to like be religious or anything, but sometimes something more powerful than you are or higher than you will grip you. Like, Lucky has to try to remember these days. I know you got all this, you're big in time, or you're doing the program real good. But it's like, I remember these relapses. If I forget this one, right? If I forget this one, then, it's like, not too many people were at the homeboy's funeral. Taco, rest in peace, I went and I looked at that. I'm like, damn, and he had a lot of homeboys, man. Like, there was a few, he had a few,
Let me interrupt you a second. The reason that I am going to remember my relapse real good, Lepke, is because I had to lose everything, and I had to go into 6 months of treatment. Into somewhere where I had nowhere else to go. Wait a minute, man. I didn't go to no fucking sober living 30 days and managing and back. I went to San Francisco because I lost everything, spent 6 months in fucking treatment under Wayne Garcia, and then spent another year and a half working in treatment up there in San Francisco because I couldn't make it back down.
All right. I've done that tenfold.
Okay. Oh, yeah?
Yes, I have. Cry Help, Tarzana Treatment. I've done all these fucking programs, man. I've done them all. I've done the old
school. So then what makes you think that I'm so high and I need to think back and remember?
I never said you were high, sitting high. I'm just saying.
You just said that.
No, I
You just got done saying Lucky needs to think hard because now he's real high in recovery and he forgets about that.
Today?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm repeating what you're telling me.
Are you high in recovery today?
I don't know. That's
you're my mentor. Said. I look up to you.
That's what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't need to think hard about the relapse.
No. I don't mean it as disrespectful. I'm just saying I need to focus on where I just came from. I'm not like
to me. You're focusing on your projects. You got your books and your memoirs.
Yeah, and
investigating
Monday
things.
through Friday. I'm in like from 9 to 3. I'm in meetings, I'm in meetings from Monday through Friday, and I have I'm not stepping out of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it the way they're telling me to do it. So far I have 44 days. It took me 44 days to detox the 100 milligrams of methadone,
right, with
no meds. And then on August 16th, I woke up in the morning and I caught COVID. Right, I woke up cool, right, and then I was wondering why am I feeling like I'm tired at 9:30.
I remember I was talking to you during all this.
I was like, all right, why am I? So I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I had flu-like symptoms. I'm like, fuck, what's going on? And then I'm like, and then I had that migraine. So this is like the third strain of COVID that I hear everybody was talking about that we think we're not going to get because everybody took a fucking shot, and people are still fucking coming up with that fucking third strain. And then I remember my boy sitting in the hospital on the first strain and almost dying. So I'm like, maybe it's my turn to experience this while I'm kicking 100 milligrams of methadone. Let's just start adding more trains, to my little fucking trying to get off whatever I'm on, right?
Who do you think's adding those trains?
Huh?
Who's adding those trains?
Who's adding the trains? Probably myself.
Probably?
Yeah, most likely.
Probably, right. Most likely.
Well, like the trains that I'm saying that are adding are like, they're not excuses. Like I told you, if you listen, I said, I listen. Yeah, if I relapsed because I wanted to get loaded. And I own that today.
Let me ask you a different question, man. Uh-huh. When you've got as much experience as you
I don't have no experience. I'm a fucking alcoholic,
come on, bro. Just let a guy talk for once in his fucking life, will you please? You just be a mensch. when you've got the experiences that you have had, you do, don't you?
I disagree.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I don't have the experience
Listen.
to stay clean and sober. Cunning, baffling, and powerful. Do we quote out the book?
So sometimes I think you might be constitutionally incapable, bro.
Yeah, I am constitutionally
You think so?
incapable, Of course. I ain't got no fucking. I'm a knucklehead. I ain't gonna listen to nobody or agree with anybody.
Or do you just say stuff like that so you can just preserve the space to do whatever the fuck it is you want to do?
I'm doing what I'm doing today, man, to get to where I'm gonna get to.
Let me ask you a question.
Regardless.
Do you think you and I are so different?
No.
So how come I got 20 years?
Congratulations.
No. I'm asking you to think. Be a man and think. You did all this research.
I'm a fucking man and I don't need to think, bro.
You just told me you do all this research. Yeah, you do need to think.
No, I don't. I
Yes.
stay clean and sober one day, not by my will. If you're working with will, that's on you. So how do you stay clean and sober? Give me the game. I'm here to listen.
Are you?
Let's go.
I'll tell you what. I don't fucking pick up no matter what.
A simple program for complicated motherfuckers. OG Lepke.
I'm just telling you. That's how I do it.
You're letting me know.
I'm telling you.
No, you're letting me know.
And guess what?
What?
I stacked up a whole bunch of time and a
Good.
life.
Good.
Right? You're as smart as I
I'm
am.
happy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
I'm
Lep.
happy for you.
No, you're not. That's a
happy
lie.
today.
That's a lie.
No, it ain't a lie.
It is a lie. And I know
for
it
me.
is because you contradict yourself even in this show.
I don't give a fuck what I do. I'm here today.
See that? That's a happy person doesn't say shit like that.
All right. Make sure you post all this shit. I'm down.
I mean, why not? You post. You give everyone advice on how to live life.
Yeah, I'm doing
Don't
good.
you?
Yeah, of course.
You're doing good. And you're giving advice. But you don't need to think. But you don't have any experience.
No,
You
I ain't
said
got
you
no
were-
experience.
You said
No, I don't got-
you
to
said
stay clean and
that,
sober?
you said you're listening
I
to
don't
God,
have
but you
experience.
also said that there isn't any God in this same conversation.
I'm listening to who? I'm a spiritual man.
Are you?
Today I am, yeah.
Are you?
Yes, I really am, bro.
Man, it didn't even sound right when you say it.
That's cool. Thank you.
See that?
Yeah. Make sure you put this up, too.
It is.
Good, man. I love you.
Lep. I actually love you. You called me up one time. I ain't even didn't talk about what we talked about.
Right.
You called me up. There was no audience. There was no bullshit. I got a busy day. I got a child that I care for,
That's right.
that I'm responsible for.
Amen.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
You call me up and you ask me some advice.
Right.
And before you would listen to the advice, you gave me a whole bunch of stuff to listen to.
Right.
And I politely listened.
Of course you did.
Right? It wasn't a joke.
No, it wasn't.
There was no audience.
No audience.
And then I gave you. You asked me what I thought, and I told
Right.
you the truth.
Amen.
Did I not tell you the truth?
Man, Chumahan, that's why I fuck with you.
Right?
Yep.
And so right here, because there's people listening right now,
Man, I'm good with it.
listen to me.
Of course I listen.
There's people listening who either are going through what you went through or they have a relative that they've loved for 30 fucking years that has gone in and out and in and out and in and out and in and out.
It's painful, man.
Some people get burned out.
It's painful. And they're not going to agree with what's going on because like this is lip service. You know?
What is?
A podcast is lip service.
Why do you say that?
Because they don't see the action when the fucking microphone shuts off.
I mean, why would you say it's lip service, though?
Because it's all lip service. Because people base if they're basing the experience on a podcast, then if I'm trying to give the experience of my last relapse, and I see like if you're making me feel like we're always going in the past, because like for the listener, I am a chronic relapser. I do not know how to stay clean and sober, to left to my own devices. But so maybe this might be the time when the doctor comes and says, if you put another drug in your system, your heart will stop. And over they tell you that, right? For like 4 or 5 days. Every day the doctor's in there 2 or 3 or 4 times. Like maybe, like if you walk down that street, right, and somebody tells you you're walking like a duck, and you'd be like, this motherfucker's crazy. Chumahan got the game fucked up. You go to the next block, and you got Lucky going, hey, puto, you're walking around like a duck. And I'm like, I might have to look. I don't know. His shit might be on point. And then I go to the third block, and this vato tells me, hey, Lep, you're walking around like a duck. And I'm going to be like, fuck, I might be fucking walking like a duck.
You might be a duck.
Yeah, maybe you're a duck, yeah. Right? Ducks get shot out the water. They ain't shot me out the water yet. Thank God. You know, this was a hard one, man. This was the worst one.
Time
will tell. Time will tell.
It isn't about pulling it back into the past and not recognizing that you're doing good today, Lep.
No, man. It's not that what I'm doing good. I'm not doing good today.
You are doing good today.
No,
bro.
I'm not. Basically, I feel as though like I'm trying to like what I did was I've separated myself from a lot because I know someone told me like Mr. Cartoon told me one time, he's like, oh, so you got like a year or 2 years, you know, do we need to give you an applause for that? And I'm like, not at all, man. So it's like this was the hardest relapse I got through. And
I think that sometimes when we go into the past or when you hear something you don't like, you get all defensive. You start getting ignorant. But I think that if you could let that go and just be honest with us or just talk freely, there might be a solution for the people that are listening, that are dealing with maybe a loved one or a dad or a brother that keeps on going in and out.
But also,
and what they're hearing is I got this. Oh no,
I do a lot of.
I don't know what to think. I don't know, man. I don't need to do.
Hold up. You could go and DM me because I answer a lot of people on that.
But
DM.
we're on the podcast right now.
Right. Well, then you know what? What advice would you like me to give the people listening?
No
advice. I think you're giving lots of advice to lots of things. We're asking you what happened.
I made it back, man, when I wasn't supposed to.
That's it for this edition with Lepke. Join us next week for more in the conversation as the crew holds the fire to Big Lep in an effort to find the truth. It's a big episode with big men and big feelings. Next time on The Hard Luck Show.